So basically, I had decided that I was going to have a family with or without a
Yes.
partner at
Yes.
this point, right? And then unfortunately, I lost the baby pretty
I'm so
late in
sorry.
term. It was like a tragic, traumatic kind of loss. I said at the beginning, I knew my limitations. I just knew I wasn't like I didn't want to go put myself through that again. I didn't want to put
Mm,
a child through that, God forbid. You
hmm
know what I mean? So I was like, let me look into different options.
That's Jackie, a single mom from New York who refused to let heartbreak be the end of her story. She's been through every test, every treatment, and was ready to find a new way to bring her daughter into the world.
I just kind of fell in love with the whole idea of being able to do something. I compare it to like, we played The Sims as kids and
Yeah, oh
they
my
would
God, I
have
love
these
Sims.
these aspirations that you would have to achieve. And when you achieve them, their little like diamond on top of them would turn platinum. And as soon as I thought about surrogacy, I was like, that's my platinum. Like that
Oh,
is my life goal. That is what I want to do.
That's Kaitlin, a mom, wife, and first time surrogate from Washington, whose platinum dream was helping another woman become a mom.
because I put in my profile like I love the Foo Fighters and I want to be BFF with Dave Grohl. And
Mhm.
I
Oh
knew in
my
my mind,
gosh.
I'm like, it's gonna stand out to someone.
Two women, 3,000 miles apart, instantly connected over kindness, honesty, and the Foo Fighters. And together, they began a journey that would change both of their lives. This conversation is a special one from the early days, back when this podcast was called Me, You, and Who. The name may have changed, but the mission's still the same, helping you create a happy family. In this episode, you'll meet Jackie and Kaitlin, two women who turned distance into connection, heartbreak into hope, and surrogacy into something far greater than ever imagined. This is Across the Miles, how Jackie and Kaitlin's surrogacy journey created a lifelong bond. Enjoy.
Well, okay. So before we get into just talking about just her glorious squishy self, I want to let's go back to the beginning.
Travel in
Okay.
time.
Yes, let's travel back in time. All right. So both of you, and please feel free to jump in. Well, I guess Kaitlin, what led you to surrogacy in the first place? Like, when did this even pop into your mind?
I saw an ad on Facebook and it was for a popular surrogacy agency here in the Pacific Northwest. So I
Mhm.
did some research and I think the whole thing is kind of kismet what led me to it because I
Mm.
saw it and then I worked for a mortgage loan officer and I was talking to
Okay.
one of our borrowers and she mentioned that she was looking into surrogacy. So I got a couple agencies from her, did my own research, and I just kind of fell in love with the whole idea of being able to do something. I compare it to like, we played The Sims as kids and
Yeah, oh
they
my
would
God, I
have
love
these
Sims.
these aspirations that you would have to achieve. And when you achieve them, their little like diamond on top of them would turn platinum. And as soon as I thought about surrogacy, I was like, that's my platinum. Like that
Oh,
is my life goal. That is what I want to do.
Oh
And
my
there were a lot of
gosh.
things that led me to Jackie. There was like a bump with a previous agency I should have known was a red flag. You know how first time surrogates,
Mhm.
we turn into yes girls, we get so excited.
Mm.
And really everything that like led me to Jackie is just insane.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Okay, so much to unpack there. First of all, I 100% love that visual of I wanted that was my platinum. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And yes, I was spent way too much time
you
honestly
need to
with
edit that
Sims. So,
in the background when she
oh
talks.
yeah, her little platinum. Yeah.
Hear
Yes.
the sound.
The little platinum. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my god, I love that. No, that's amazing. Okay, so yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, especially as a former surrogate myself. You become a yes girl because you're just so excited and you want to make those dreams happen, and
Hmm.
just all of those things. And you said you were doing research and had an unfortunate incident with another agency. Okay, tell me a little bit more. What did research look like for you, and how did you kind of what was that red flag? And just for other women who are thinking about doing this, kind of what are maybe some of those things that
Mm.
we need to look out for?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. Those Facebook, those review groups are a cluster. I don't really know how to decipher it. I don't know what people are talking about. I wasn't in that one at the beginning. I just YouTube surrogacy and just wanted to watch somebody's day in the life of
Yeah,
being a surrogate.
absolutely.
And the most popular video at the time, I was like, well, I'll try this agency. And I applied, and they were really nice, and they were I was really honest with them. I told them everything. I mean, I don't have any complications or anything crazy. And then they're like, great, well, we will send your profile out and like contact you, which I know Surrogate Solutions does it the opposite way, and I prefer
Mm-hmm.
the way Surrogate Solutions does.
Mm.
And I matched with somebody because I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, people are nice. People will put on their best front, and
Yeah.
their profile seemed okay. Didn't know what I was looking for. And I had a meeting with them, and sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah,
No,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
had a meeting. I had a meeting with them, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I didn't get anything bad from them. And then a couple days go by, and the match coordinator's like, well, their escrow didn't fund all the way, so we found this other couple, and we're ready to match you, and we're
Oh,
ready to go. And I was like, well, can I meet them first? Can we talk first? And she's like, oh yeah, I guess that's fine. And I was like,
oh,
okay.
so.
And so I did. And then I matched again because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was supposed to go down for medical screening. My coordinator, we had some interesting conversations. She had told me a little bit about what she liked to do before transfer and all the stuff she liked to
Hmm.
get out before transfer. And I was like, that's weird. But okay, whatever. And my medical screening, my flight and my hotel was not booked, and it was 24 hours to medical screening down in California.
Stop. No.
And so that was my red flag, and that was the day that I was like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I'm sorry that, like, because we got through psych, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was like, this is just not right. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel
Mm-hmm.
like I'm being taken care of and everything. And I told my husband, I was like, I'm gonna wait to look at another agency again. I waited a week
Mm-hmm.
before I applied at Surrogate Solutions, and I talked to Amber, and everything was night and day difference. Everything has been night and day difference. I don't know. I hear other podcasts, I hear other surrogates, and I'm like, wow, I like got the cream of the crop. Like, this is the best agency. But yeah, I'm
Oh.
really glad everything that led me to Surrogate Solutions. And then the previous agency, I had gotten off some medications, and they weren't going to wait. They didn't care. They're like, yep, send you through, whatever. But Surrogate Solutions was like, no, we'll wait 3 months. And what's funny about that is I had to wait 2 extra months after I
Uh-huh.
applied. And I think if I wouldn't have had to wait that 2 months, I would not have matched with Jackie, because Jackie was with Surrogate Solutions for like 3 weeks. And we wouldn't have
Yeah.
we wouldn't have matched.
No.
Oh my gosh.
We would
Oh
have
my
missed each
gosh.
other.
Oh, and we can't imagine
No,
that. Absolutely not.
no, I
Yes.
can't. I
No.
can't imagine.
No. It really was, it was so, oh my gosh, it was so meant to be. And I know those bumps are so hard, especially when you're going, like, when you're feeling all of those like awful feelings and, as you're going through something, wanting to do something so amazing. But oh my gosh, I'm so glad that that all worked out. And I'm so glad you had such an amazing experience just at the beginning of everything, especially after you had gone through everything
Mhm.
Yeah.
that you went through. So, okay, Jackie, I know like you were only hanging out in matching land for like 3 weeks. It was amazing, but
It was crazy. Yeah.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Cause I know we like kind of give it can be 6 months to a year and we
Hmm.
take our time. And Kaitlin, you're right, like we do things different. It's not the list, it's not your number 25 and you're matched with number
Hmm.
25 or like that kind of thing. It's we really do try and find the right person. But
Hmm.
okay, so Jackie, what was your, before you even got there,
Right.
what led you to building your family this way?
So, mo- so many steps before this, but
Yeah.
then surrogacy was like another big step. So basically, I had decided that I was going to have a family with or without a
Yes.
partner at
Yes.
this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had froze my eggs
Yeah.
2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But what they don't tell you when you freeze your eggs is like it's better to freeze embryos than it is to eggs because eggs may not work, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I once I decided that I was going to do this, I was like, okay, we're going to give like I'm a very like I know what I want and I know what I can't do. Right? I
Okay.
know what my
Yeah.
limitations are, which I think is like really key going through this process as like an intended parent is like just knowing your limitations. Like
Mhm.
some women can keep going and going and going. And like, I was like, I'm doing this. If this doesn't work, we're on to the next step. So that's like
Sure.
what has kept me going. Um,
Mm.
I don't get caught up in like, just because it didn't work this way, it's not going to happen. I think that's like a really
Sure.
key point that like I feel like a lot of my friends that have gone through it or go through fertility issues, like just like get stuck in like one step. And like everyone is different. There's different ways that people deal with things. But I think for me, it was just like, okay, if this doesn't work, then we're moving on to the next step.
Right. Right.
So I
Yeah.
basically, frozen eggs didn't work. I think I only had like 4 or 5. I don't even remember at this point. They didn't
Mhm.
work. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself 1 round of IVF. If that doesn't work, I'm moving on to donor eggs because I'm not about to shoot myself up, spend all this money. Because to me, genetics wasn't like the end all be all. Like I
Yeah.
didn't
Mhm.
mind, like it's not important to me. It is important to other people, but isn't important to me.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
wound up not the the first round of IVF was not working and I
Mhm.
just didn't want to do another round. Like I didn't want to do another round because I didn't want to spend all that money. I didn't want to put my body through it. So I was like, I'm moving on to
Mhm.
donor eggs, which is fine with me. And
Yeah.
I found donor eggs. It was really fast. The clinic that we worked with, RMA of New York, was like amazing. And
Oh,
they like,
I
Mm.
can't recommend them enough. They're
yeah,
incredible.
they're just like
Oh, love that. It makes a
it
difference.
really does. And I
Huge.
think
Yeah.
walking into it, like when I first started this process, like I froze my eggs through NYU, but then went to RMA because of like referrals, right? A lot of my
Sure.
friends who had gone through it worked with RMA of New York and like loved them. I also think
Mhm.
what's important for like that is I was able to monitor locally. So like I think that's
Mm.
another key fact that was like brought
Mhm.
up to me. So went to RMA of New York with like they were with me the whole time through the frozen eggs didn't work. Then we're going to donor eggs. So like
Sure.
did donor eggs, made great embryos, got pregnant the first time, and then unfortunately I lost the baby
Mm.
pretty
I'm so
late in
sorry.
term. It was like a tragic, traumatic kind of loss, which
Oh gosh.
I recommend anyone go to therapy right after something like that and work through it because like
Absolutely.
I like the day after I was like, let's go therapy because you can't keep that stuff in. Like you shouldn't keep
No.
that stuff in. So I worked through it and I mean like I'm a pretty strong person, but that was like mm.
Mhm.
And
That's
then
big stuff. Yeah.
yes. And then I was going back and forth because I had made 4 embryos. The first, I got pregnant on the first try, so I had 3 embryos left. But like
Mhm.
I said at the beginning, I knew my limitations. I just knew I wasn't like I didn't want to go put myself through that again. I didn't want to put
Mm.
a child through that, God forbid. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So I was like, let me look into different options. And one of my best friends was going through the surrogacy option. And I wasn't honestly even thinking about it until then because I'm like, I don't want to do this again, being
Yeah.
pregnant. And I was also looking at adoption, right? And I was like, because
Sure.
again, genetics not important to me, so let me look at both options. But then I just figured since I had embryos and like I think it would be important, like that would be like her sibling. I'm like, this is really
Mhm.
important. So I decided to go towards surrogacy and I did research. Like,
Yeah,
I
you did.
Oh, yes, I did. I have an Excel that and like that's why this podcast and like telling our story is so important because like I don't
Mhm.
want it to be like just the Kardashians or rich folk
Yes.
can do this. Like you can do
Yes.
this. Like I am a single woman. Like you can do this.
Yes.
And it was like research and research and research. And like no one close to me besides my friends who wasn't even he had matched, but like he wasn't on a journey yet.
Yeah.
And so I just did research, and I think like I found that there's a lot of surrogate agencies that like want $60,000 up front, and like you're still on a list
No way.
that can take 9 months, and like you're not going to get that money back for 9 months. So like, are you going to get matched, or like what is? So I wound up getting linked up with a really good lawyer who was like, if you can find agencies, and there are agencies that don't take your money until you're matched, work with someone like that, because like that's you, you know, and then you go back and forth like, okay, I don't give them money, are they going to work for me to find a match? Like it was all this back and forth. And then there's like
Sure.
concierge donor, like donor
Yeah.
concierge that
Doing
will help
concierge.
you find a surrogate, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like,
It's
it's
overwhelming. It's so
because
overwhelming.
it's not
Yes.
regulated, right? So
Yeah.
like surrogacy is not regulated, so you're finding all these agencies. It's not like when you're trying to find an IVF clinic where like you have doctors that need to be regulated, that like, so it was a whole big thing, and I wound up
Mm-hmm.
finding very minimal agencies that didn't take my money up front. Surrogate
Mm-hmm.
Solutions was one of them. And I talked to Gail at first, and she was
Yeah.
lovely and amazing. And I was like, oh, and then I talked to Lauren, who was another.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh my God, I love Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so sad after my Lauren call, because I am a very liberal person. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very liberal, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of surrogates are not. And there's a lot of like, I wanted two main things for me that was really important was like, I was in charge of like termination if God forbid something was wrong with the
Sure.
baby or someone's life was in danger. Like I wanted to be able to make that decision, and vaccination, right? And like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just talking about the hype of COVID. I'm talking about like some, like I want you to take the Tdap shot, right?
Sure.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
some, so I was afraid that, like I was worried because the examples that I was sent by Gail of the surrogates that Surrogate Solutions had were more on the red line, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna find someone. And then like 3 weeks later, Lauren emails me like it was like 9 o'clock at night, and it was like, she's like, I found the perfect surrogate for you, but she's across the
Oh.
country. And I was like, what? And then like,
Uh-huh.
you have to go online and like look at the profile, and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like she could be my sister. And like
Mm-hmm.
literally looked at it, and I was like, okay, is it supposed to happen this fast?
This
Because I was
fast?
told
Yes.
like 6 months, 6 to 9 months. And then fast, we had a Zoom call, and like literally after our Zoom call, I like emailed Lauren, like subject line was like, I love them. Like it was
I think
Oh.
later on, Lauren had said that like we both did the same thing, that we were just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh, Jackie, there's so much. There's so much
I know.
there. Oh my gosh. No, I love.
We'll get right back to the show in just a second. But real quick, have you ever wondered what it would be like to help create a family through surrogacy? At Egg Donor and Surrogate Solutions, we've spent 18 years walking alongside women who said yes to making a difference. And we'd love to support you as you explore if surrogacy might be the right next step. Our team includes women who have been surrogates themselves. So when we say we understand, we truly do. You can download our surrogate journey and compensation guide at createahappyfamily.com. It's a big decision, and it's okay to have questions. This is your invitation to find out more. All right, let's get back to the show.
I love this because you are so right, because I mean, every journey is unique, and there is so much out there, and it's so hard to get lost in Google and Facebook. And I
Yes,
always say, just beware of Dr. Google and beware of Dr. Facebook.
yes,
And
mm-hmm.
it's madness. And yes, you're right. Those examples out there are the celebrities and the sensational clickbait of
yeah,
the horror stories that happen, and things like that. And it can be really, really hard to get in on, just all of that, for sure. And yes, you absolutely hit, a high point there. Like it's not a regulated industry. There is a group, it's called Seeds. And if an agency is a member of Seeds, there is regulations, but
mm,
government wise, like
Mm-hmm.
right,
federally, it's not regulated. Yes, there's every
mm-hmm.
state has their laws and things like that, but it's just different. And that's definitely something to be aware of when you're doing research and things like that.
Yes,
And oh my gosh, yes. And then poof, here comes this magic Kaitlin just
yeah,
in your inbox, and like, Oh my gosh. And then it was just kismet from there. So at any point in time, and this is like to both of you, because, and Kaitlin, I'm sure, Jackie, I don't know if your research, if you did go into Facebook land, but Kaitlin,
I
I'm sure
did.
you saw, okay, so then I'm sure you both saw how a lot of times you start like the agency thing becomes so scary that people are like, well, let's just take the middleman out and do
Mhm.
this independently. Was that ever a thought in your mind?
Not for me.
No,
No.
that's too much. That's too much work. I work full time and I'm a full-time mom and full-time wife and I like to live my life. And I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, and for me, it was I don't have the time for that. And I would be able to do it my type A personality. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I needed someone who had been through that and like could guide me because
Yeah.
like I wasn't playing with this. You know what I mean? Like
No.
and and surrogate solutions like is on the lesser end, like less expensive than most agencies.
Yeah, we're
And
mid-level for sure. Yeah.
I'll pay someone to like get me done the right way than like
Yeah.
having to guess and like for something that
Yeah.
like for a human life, no.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh gosh. And what was kind of your timeline between, your loss and when you decided that maybe this was the route? I know you said and yes to therapy. I can't like I will shout it from a mountaintop. I don't
Yes.
care who, what, where, when, like everybody should just be in therapy. I love it.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Everyone. I love
Yes.
therapy.
I
Shout
love
out
it.
to my therapist. Yes.
What was kind of that timeline for you and how did you just kind of get through? I know you said like you were like, I know my limitations and you had set those boundaries in place. Like what was kind of that as you were working through that?
I mean the timeline was freaking quick too. Like it
Yeah.
was
Hmm.
everything was quick here. Like I lost the baby in June and I
Mm.
matched with Kaitlin in September.
Oh my gosh.
And I
Hmm.
decided to go through with surrogacy, I want to say in August. Like I was
Yeah.
like, I'm doing this. But like I don't do something just like whimsically. Like
Yeah.
I research.
Yeah.
And like I really researched adoption too. And like it was just like it was hard. And like I didn't want to go through the heartbreak of like if I was someone else outside of like in a different state, they have so many timelines of like when they could change their mind about taking the baby back. And I was like, no, I can't do that right now
Yeah.
for myself. Like
Hmm.
I my limitation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quick. It was
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, and it sounds like you had all of those things in place. I mean, you said single woman, so you had your therapist, you had your friends, you had like that
yes,
support
I
group.
don't like I think what you have to really do is like not keep things inside and like I
Yeah.
don't and like I talk about things and like I think that is like you have to do that. You like I know so many women, like a good friend of mine like has gone through so many losses and like
Mhm.
if you don't get help and go through therapy, like you're gonna do it eventually because it's gonna come at you eventually.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
so it's just important for me because like my whole big thing was like I knew I was going to be a mother.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I just was like, that's not gonna not happen. And
Right.
like when I was going through the loss,
Wasn't an
like
option.
that's not an option, right? And like my friends were like, of course not. If anyone is gonna do it, you're gonna do it. I'm like, yeah. But
Yes.
like when you're going through it, I'm like, I don't know, guys. And then like eventually you get to a point where you're like, okay, you got to do
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
yeah.
Kaitlin, how was, your experience as far as okay, you knew you were going to be a surrogate and then just educating the people around you of like what that meant and, like were you kind of shouting it from a mountaintop or you were like, "Oh, we'll
Oh,
wait and see sort of thing."
absolutely. Yes, I am like the proudest. I am one of the proudest surrogates
Oh
you will
yeah.
ever meet. I am so proud. No, I had an outpouring of support. My mom has always known that I like to do I wouldn't say outlandish things, but I like to do different things. So like when I was like, "Oh, I want a cloth diaper our son," she's like, "Interesting. Good luck with that." Or, "Oh, I want to go to beauty school." She's like, "Interesting. Like I'm here to support you." I'm her only
Yeah.
child, so she has always just been like rah 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 on my side
Yeah.
for everything. Oh my God, and my husband, my lovely husband, he has been
Oh,
so supportive of the
Yeah.
entire thing. My son was, I believe he was about to turn 3 at the time. Yeah, because we matched in September and he turned 3 in December. My whole work, my boss is my age. He's been so supportive. I have met like very minimal people that have been unsupportive, and if they are unsupportive, they don't live like near me. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it doesn't break my heart because the tribe that I do have trumps everything else
Yeah.
that could be negative, and that support has continued to increase and grow, and I've been very vocal about it on my Facebook page and my Instagram, and just making the connections with other surrogates too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I open the platform for people like ask me questions. I'm an open book. Like you're not gonna offend me. And I mean, they slowly trickle in. They're like, I've been wanting to ask this for a long time, but like, what's this like? What's that like?
Sure.
And then all people need is just a perspective shift. You know, they're
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I would want to keep the baby. Well, perfect. You would fail psych, so don't worry about
right.
surrogacy. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
But it is a very valid question. I mean,
Yeah.
we're taught from such a young age that like, the child inside of our body, it's ours. We grow that connection with it. But I mean, from with surrogacy from the get-go, your first initial move towards surrogacy is I want to have somebody else's baby. And then
Yeah.
from there, like every single email, appointment,
Right.
everything is a constant reminder that like this is something I'm doing for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And, if I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to keep a baby, like I would have a baby myself. My life is at a perfect balance. And I mean, shout out to people who have multiple kids, but it would be devastating. Like I am absolutely overjoyed that we just have our son because
Yeah.
we're like a
Yeah.
little gang. But yeah, the
Well, and
support is
yeah,
tremendous.
you hit a huge thing right there. Like you're happy with your family. That's step one
Mhm.
right there. Like you're good. And then like you said, you made that connection with Jackie. You as a surrogate, you make that connection with those intended parents or parent, and like you
Mhm.
want to see them
Mhm.
like you want to see
Yes.
that family
I don't
grow
want to
or
go
be
through the
complete.
newborn phase again. Like I don't like
Yes.
Girl,
like
I know.
it's beautiful. It's all so so beautiful, but like I am minus getting up in the middle of the night to pump at the beginning. It was like I am sleeping, I am healing. Like it was
Yeah.
really cathartic to just be able to heal by myself. Like I hate being by
Mm-hmm.
myself, but that first morning in the hospital was
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. I was by myself.
Mm.
The daylight was streaming in. I took a shower. Like everything was so quiet and peaceful.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And then
Yeah.
Jackie, was in a couple rooms down, just living her dream, like being like, this is everything that I have lived for, everything that I have wanted. And so
Yeah.
it's
Oh
the
my
best.
I
gosh.
think
Oh
it's
my
important
gosh.
though, what Caitlin was just saying is like you have to match with someone who like wants the same things, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
and Surrogate Solutions does such a good job of that.
yes. And like I
Thanks, you guys.
wanted
Yeah.
a relationship with my surrogate because like it's part of my kid's story, right? Like it's
Yes.
Hmm.
my daughter's story that she knows everything how she got here. And like if you're not like I wanted Caitlin to be a part of her life, like moving forward, not
Hmm.
just like, and I think
Yeah.
that's really important because like there are definitely like some intended parents that don't want that. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And there are
Mm-hmm.
some surrogates that don't want that, right? So like I think it's like so important to make sure you're on the same page with like your
Yes.
match,
Yeah.
which is why you need
Yeah.
an agency like Surrogate Solutions because like it would have been a horrible experience if we were not on the same page about things. Like
Hmm.
and like we got
Mm-hmm.
that out. Everything was out like at the beginning, right? Like
Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
initial Zoom call, like we talked about everything.
Hmm.
Oh, I love that. Well, Jackie, you're so right. And I know you had said it previously, like it was really important for you to, have somebody that had similar political views and gave you the ability to, like you wanted to have agency in just, if anything medical happened and like you
Yep.
wanted to be a part of that conversation. And
Yep.
and that's huge. And I think, like it is so important. That's why, I say like it's a bucket. It's not a list. And it is like, you do
Mhm.
get the ability to, you know, narrow down those big important things, like termination, vaccination,
Mhm.
all of those, and then some. And then you
Yeah.
get to find out, do we
Right.
mesh? Do we gel? What does that look like? And for
Mhm.
you guys, I mean, I know, so not only did you guys want to have that close relationship, and you did, but you didn't even let geography get in the way of that.
Nope.
So like, yeah, like
Nope,
you guys are
not
on
a thing.
opposite ends of the
20,
country.
2,700-ish miles apart, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. What did that look like? How did that, like, how did
You
we
know
make
what?
this happen?
We didn't mention, Caitlin, like the thing that like really matched us.
This is
Oh,
yes, this
what?
is our favorite
Foo
thing. Well,
Fighters.
let's Foo Fighters, yeah.
Oh
Lauren
my God.
does
I love
such
it.
like shout out Lauren. Lauren does such a good job. I remember my first meeting with her. I picked some
Mm-hmm.
profiles, did the 1 through 5. What I love about Surrogate Solutions is we talked about it and we
Yeah.
talked about what we really wanted. And she's like, okay, I know you did this. Like, I know you marked these, but I know that's not what they want. I know that
Mm.
XYZ is not what they want. She's like, I got this single mom. She's like, I'm gonna put her in a few other profiles. I talked with her earlier. I'm listening to what you're saying. And so I looked at them and yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, Ty, my husband, I was like, Ty, she likes Foo Fighters. I'm like, I love Foo Fighters. I was like, this is great. This is wonderful. And I had told Jackie in the match meeting, I was like, this really stood out to me. And she's like, I knew it. She's like, I knew the person that I would find that's what would stick out to them.
I swear, because I put in my profile like I love the Foo Fighters and I want to be BFF with Dave Grohl. And
Hmm.
I
Oh
knew in
my
my mind,
gosh.
I'm like, it's gonna stand out to someone. Like I knew
Yep,
it.
My
it's me.
person. That's going to be it. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yes.
gosh. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
But
hilarious.
talk about distance, like that's like I then like we I think what was it like at the beginning of the pregnancy, we saw that Foo Fighters were coming to Spokane. And I'm like, and I worked it around my like we were supposed to go see the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
but due to COVID, they weren't doing tours.
Okay.
So, but I was like, I'm coming still. Like, and
Anyways,
it wound up being like the best thing ever. Like, we
yeah,
went to see the Foo
we
Fighters.
together.
Oh my
It was
gosh. That's
it
so
was like a
cute.
full circle thing. It was
Baby
really
girl's
sweet.
first concert. Like,
Well, no.
Well, I went to a lot of concerts with her. I'm trying to think about what she went to Three Doors Down. She went to Foo Fighters. She went to something else. I
Oh
can't
yeah,
remember, but
music's like
we
in
knew that she
her.
was gonna like music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I
yeah,
Yeah.
mean, Jackie, your
oh
previous
yeah,
employment history, pretty
yeah,
big in the music industry.
Oh
yeah.
my
She's definitely
gosh.
gonna be a music girl.
I
Hmm.
Yeah,
love that.
distance kind
That's
of keep us
amazing.
apart. I think when you're like thinking, when I was thinking about like matching, and that's like one of the questions, right? Like, is distance
Hmm.
a factor? And to me, I was like, with like technology these days, like,
Yeah.
and I'm a big communicator, and
Hmm. So am I. We
thankfully,
still talk
so
every day.
yeah,
Oh,
like if we don't talk every day, it's because one of us is like crazy busy, but like
Uh-huh.
it is like so easy nowadays to like
yeah.
FaceTime, like to talk. Like Caitlin would FaceTime me like most appointments. Like it's not like
Mm-hmm.
you had to like I felt a part of the whole journey, even if I was almost 3,000 miles away.
Yeah. Well, you're exactly right. I know for so many people, it's that they want to feel a part of it, and
Yes.
but distance doesn't necessarily have to be that factor. And Caitlin, obviously, you felt so loved and cared for, and
Yeah.
so like, I mean, you guys were just team baby, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me, Jackie, and Meg. Meg played a huge
Oh
part
my
in
God,
just like the
Maggie.
Oh,
gel of everything. But I'm
Oh,
also
oh,
a big
Maggie.
traveler too. I love traveling. I did some time in Germany when my parents were in the Air Force and my parents split, and
Mm-hmm.
I would fly to Germany as a kid by myself. Like, so me going to New York wasn't a deal breaker. Honestly, if anything, I preferred it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was fun. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
I've got a
neat.
best friend that
Oh,
lives in New Jersey too, so this journey brought me to see her too, which was so beautiful. I'm so grateful. My husband's a big New Jersey Devils fan. He got to watch the New Jersey Devils
mhm.
play, a dream he's had for 25 years.
oh my
And
gosh.
then just I remember meeting Jackie for the first time and I was just so excited. everything just went so smoothly.
It really
Where did you guys, was it at medical screening that you guys met for the first
It was
time?
on the street of New York on like what, 6th, where RMA was, because she waited outside for me,
Oh my gosh.
and we just jumped right into it, and
Yeah.
it felt like we didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
I
Like it
love
was
that.
like
Mhm.
it's almost like crazy and scary to think about it because like could only wish everyone's journey was as smooth as ours,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
because it really was. Like it was like meeting, we clicked. First transfer took like
Mm,
everything, like, and
Mhm.
I was prepared. You got to be prepared, right? As
you
an
have to.
independent
Yes.
parent, and like especially going through a loss, that like things can get
Yeah.
screwed up, right? So like
Yeah.
I was
I don't
ready.
know. I was like, it's gonna work. We're
I know, at
going.
least
I
it was
did the things. It was
yeah,
I think
that
fine.
was
first time GC, you get to kind of like you kind of live in like a different like land. You're like, oh no,
Yeah.
there's no way this isn't gonna work.
We're
Yeah,
still gonna live there
absolutely.
because everything went so good.
but it
Girl,
was
stay in
so
that land. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think to me, having a loss and like going through all
Mhm.
this, to have
Uh-huh.
Kaitlin, who was like the positive force, was
Yes.
just like, I'm like, thank you. Because like to me, I just like, even like, I didn't like being pregnant. Like, even
Uh-huh.
before there were issues, like, I didn't like going to ultrasounds. I didn't like, it was
Mm-hmm.
like kind of like PTSD. And I knew I
Mm.
would feel the
Mhm.
same way if I went back that route, right? And like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
then I have a positive force of Kaitlin that's like also so great for my child, right? Like, she
Yeah.
has that positive reinforcement being fed through her. So it was just like,
And then you have someone so excited while versus
Mhm.
PTSD. Like, I mean, that just
meaning,
Yeah.
makes
right.
it,
Like, I
yeah.
didn't go for the anatomy scan because I was like, I have PTSD. I can't do it. Like, and
Yeah.
Caitlin
Yeah.
understood. And like, but it, like, for me, that was so like worth everything.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Did you, Jackie, did you ever struggle? I know you said pregnancy was just hard on you in general. Was it
Yeah.
ever hard to like, okay, here's Kaitlin and she's doing amazing things. And of course, I know you were grateful and excited and wonderful, but was that ever hard or were you just like, this is exactly how it needed to be?
No, I was
No.
like, this was, this is great.
Oh.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God. I think, what did we say, Caitlin? Like, I found like the, like, I definitely feel like it was the way it should have been.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Everything was yeah, spot
Yeah. It
on.
was not like,
Perfect.
and I can see how that could be triggering
Mhm.
for women who have gone through loss.
Yeah.
And like, I really
Yeah.
could, like, I see both ends of it, but like, for me, it wasn't. I was just like, my ultimate goal was to be a mother.
Right.
Mhm.
However way it came, it was going to happen. So it didn't matter if it was my genetics, didn't matter if I was carrying her. Like, it was like, that was the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we made it and we were there.
We
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
I want to hear about delivery day. I
Oh
want to
my
like, oh my gosh, give me all of the
Like,
things.
I mean, the reason I was a surrogate in the first place is because I was just hyped to give birth to my son. I was just like,
Oh,
yes, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be great. And you know what? For what it
Right.
was worth, like a first time birth with my son, it was great. But we did end up doing an induction. Oh, I
uh-huh.
should add my OB was very supportive
Oh
as
my,
well through the whole thing. Jackie could call during appointments. He would answer any
Yes.
questions that she had. She would say,
Yes.
you know, I heard this, I'm nervous about it. And he's like, nah. He's like, no, don't worry about it. She is
I know. I'm like, oh,
average, young, healthy. And she's like, okay. So we
Yeah.
scheduled an induction. And I know that's like how many centimeters you're dilated really isn't an indication of labor, but me and Jackie were a little nervous and we're like, well, you should just come up a little bit sooner. I did end up making it to an induction day, which was only 3 days before my technical due date.
Mhm.
And gosh, it was magical. I should add, Jackie's mom, Rhonda, is the most incredible person on
she's
this
here right
planet.
now.
Hi, Rhonda.
Well,
We love Rhonda. She came out with Jackie too. They stayed at an Airbnb. And
I
we
was
thought
not
that she was
missing
gonna
this birth.
come early. Yeah,
Say that
we thought
again,
that she was
Jackie.
gonna come early.
I was not missing the birth. I was
You
like,
were
what
not,
are we
yeah.
doing?
How
No,
far? So,
so far
okay, you're in
away.
New York. Yeah, Kaitlin,
I'm
you're
in
in
Washington
Washington. So,
State.
Jackie, when did you, yeah, state. Yes, state. When did you get there?
So I was supposed to, like, we figured 2 weeks early would be fine, right? And then
Okay,
like
yeah.
she started going weekly, and like she was 3 centimeters dilated, and I was like, oh my God. And like that could last for weeks, but like
Yeah.
was not taking the risk, right? So I'm like, Mom,
Mm-mm.
I'm getting on a plane. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we got there the last week of September.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was like honestly so amazing. Like
Mm-hmm.
as soon as we got there, I felt better. But like we had to fly to Seattle and then drive to
mm-hmm.
Spokane, which is a 5-hour drive. And like during the whole time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna land in Seattle. Kaitlin, if you feel like you're going into labor, I'll drive overnight. Like it was
Yeah.
funny, but
But thankfully you were in Spokane for 3 weeks, which
yeah,
wasn't too
So we were
bad.
hanging
But
out. Yeah,
it was
yeah,
yeah, so we got induced in the morning. I mean, everything was pretty textbook, you know. Check in, here you go. The hospital that I go to is a little, it's still within like the metro of the city, but it's a little out of the downtown area, so they're not as busy. So you get a lot
yeah.
more
Mm-hmm.
attention, which is kind of nice.
oh, it was
Yeah.
lovely,
So,
especially like coming from New York. I kept on saying, I'm like, I
mhm.
can't believe this place. Like,
Yeah, you don't even change rooms at this hospital. You birth and
Oh,
recover in the same
wow.
room, which I
Oh
didn't
my
know that
gosh.
that was a thing
Not
that you
standard.
didn't do that. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know that that was
Mm-hmm.
that was the like something that was different and not
Yeah.
the changing. But I mean, you know, they get the Pitocin in, they get it rolling. I think I was at like 3.5 when they started everything. They broke my water a couple hours later. I think I got the epidural around 7 centimeters and things almost started to slow down. My husband went
Mm.
for a quick walk. Jackie was over by the contraction monitor. And my husband told me this afterwards. He's like, I walked in as soon as you said, I feel a lot of pressure.
yeah,
Because then
she's
you
like, I
you
feel
feel that
pressure.
pressure down there. Yeah. It was only
Yeah.
9 hours too, from the start of Pitocin to delivery. It was great. My OB
That's
even stayed an extra hour late to see this through.
Yeah.
oh,
Because
that's
he was
Also,
my OB for the whole journey.
it was great. And I
Mhm.
had asked Caitlin and the doctor if I could
Mhm.
catch the baby.
We have it on
yeah.
video. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God. It's literally, and like,
Great moment
not
of my
only
life.
did the doctor let me catch the baby, but like, then this is when I started getting nervous. He's like, you're going to pull her out. I'm like, what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
Jackie
I'm like,
delivered her baby.
I delivered her. Swear to God.
Oh my
Like, I was like,
gosh.
what? What? I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
He's like, put your hands in here. And she's like, what?
I'm like, what is happening? And then
Mhm.
basically, like, Caitlin was laughing at me and she laughed her out.
Yes, I laughed. Yeah. Because there was the contraction had stopped. And then my OB she had so much hair. So my OB was like making everybody laugh, like, because he was doing like little Wolverine stuff and little swirls. And I start
And
laughing.
with the hair.
And we have this on video. He's like, no, keep making her laugh. Like, she is laughing her out. Keep making her laugh.
Oh my gosh. That is
And
so dreamy.
it was like everyone in the room was like crying. It was crazy. It was
Hmm.
like, because I pull her out and then they clean her up on Caitlin. And then,
Yeah.
and then I cut the cord and then I put her on. Like, it was literally like,
Hmm.
what is happening here?
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
Yeah.
I
it was absolute magic. Everything was very textbook, very easy. You know, I did my regular labor methods, just trying to
yeah.
soothe myself, like lavender oil. I was getting up and moving around. My
It's a
OB, when
pro.
after he broke my water, he was watching the contraction monitor and then watching me talk and then watching it. He's like, "Okay, all right." He's like, "I was hoping to
Yeah.
get a wince out of you, but no."
Oh my
And I
gosh.
mean, this hospital, out of the world. Their anesthesiologist is dedicated only to the maternity ward, so you don't have to wait
Mm.
for like them to go around to other people. I was the only baby or person that had a baby that
Yeah.
day too.
Yeah.
Oh
On
my gosh.
10/10.
This couldn't have
Wow.
been a better journey, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
from start to finish.
That's just, I mean, the thing that I keep thinking about is just, Jackie, how you said Caitlin was just this excited, happy force. And then to have your baby come out with laughter,
Oh my
like,
God.
oh
It
my
was,
gosh.
yeah.
That's just, oh, that's so magical. I don't even have any other words
Yeah.
besides just magic. Like,
Basically.
Whole
Yeah.
thing.
you
Whole thing.
guys, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our gorgeous, amazing delivery day. What has it been like since? I know, Caitlin, you said it was the next day was just gorgeous. You had your time. And Jackie, you're with your sweet angel baby. How have things been post delivery?
You go for it, Caitlin.
They've been They've been good. No, they've been great. I'm pumping. I pump
Yeah.
a lot. I think, yeah, there's a lot. I think I stopped because I switched to pumping for the preemie milk bank because Jackie had a certain time that she wanted to get baby to,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I've got like 3 layers of that sitting in my new deep freezer.
Oh my
But things have been really good. It's been really nice being back to like my family of three with my husband and my son because we are
yeah.
so close, so tight knit. But then it's also so I cried so much postpartum because I was like, I
Mm.
can't believe that Jackie gets to go home with her baby and like have what we have. We have a family here. I
Oh,
want
I
people to
love
have what
that.
I have. That's why I got into surrogacy. I want somebody to have what I have. And so I mean, it hasn't come without its normal bumps and all this,
Well, sure. I mean,
whatnot. But
yeah, we're
it's
recovering.
yeah,
There's hormones. Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
I think I cried for like 3 weeks straight, but in the best ways possible, in all of the best ways possible. And
Mm-hmm.
Jackie, I am so lucky that she sends me pictures and videos, and I've gotten to like watch her grow up. And I show my husband too, because my husband and her were like buds. He'd like talk to
Oh,
her,
Yes.
he
and
loves her.
yeah, he loves her. They were best buddies, and he was so good with her too. And I can't believe
Oh.
that all the videos he got. He did so good getting videos
Oh
during her
my
birth.
God. Like, he was amazing. I was like, and the memories you'll have, crazy, just
The
crazy.
memories you'll have.
I
Oh
know.
my
I know. Oh
gosh.
God.
Yeah.
Caitlin, did your son meet? I know.
hmm
Well, yeah. Okay, so your son got to meet baby girl,
hmm
and awesome, awesome. How
Yeah.
was that?
Yeah, that was important to
It
both of
was
us. Like,
good. Yeah, it was really important. Because him and I would have talks all the time, like the baby in the belly is not gonna come home with us, which was fine with him. He didn't want to share any of
he
this
was
stuff.
like,
No, he's like,
Yeah.
cool. And I was like, whose baby is this? And he's like, Jackie's baby. And I was like, and who is she
Oh,
going home with? And he's like, Jackie. Like,
of
duh.
course.
And so
Silly
he met her, and
question.
he was like, but he was still a little on the younger side. I mean, he
Yeah.
was a couple months off from turning 4, so he's still really, really young when all this is happening, but he is understanding like what surrogacy is and what
Mm-hmm.
mom did, and that, you know, buddy, you grew in my belly, but because you came from me and dad and I decided to have you together, like you're our baby. But this is
Yeah.
just mommy just wanted to help somebody grow a family. Is that okay with you? Yeah, of course.
Of course. Duh.
see,
Yeah.
it's all taught from home, and it's all like
Mm-hmm.
kindness is taught from home.
Couldn't have said
Yeah.
it better myself, Jackie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh
So
my
good.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Jackie, how's it been? How's newborn life for you?
I mean, like, she's just the best thing ever. Like,
She is the best baby.
she really is. Like, she's so funny, and she's just such a good, like, you can tell she's just a good baby. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the hard part, I was worried. The only thing I was worried about the whole surrogacy was getting home.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sure.
It's hard. You're like traveling across the country with a
Mm-hmm.
2-day-year-old. Like, that was the only thing I ever worried about in the whole
Mm-hmm.
time. And it was actually like easier than I thought. Still hard,
You
but
flew.
easier.
You flew, you drove.
Flew. I mean, I went
You
back
flew.
and forth as Caitlin. I was like, I'm gonna take a
Yeah,
train,
you
Caitlin.
drive to Seattle. So Seattle's about a 4-hour drive, and you would have to fly out of Seattle to take just one. Like if you fly out of Spokane, it's connecting flights all day. But
All
if you
Yeah.
fly out of Seattle, you can get a direct flight. So she drove like 4.5, 5 hours with stops to Seattle, then to do the one way. So you
Flight.
did a lot of traveling.
yeah. And I didn't want to go up and down with her because I was
Uh-huh.
nervous enough to go up once. And like, I have a great pediatrician who literally like I did my research and I found a great
Yeah, you did.
pediatrician, and I talked to him about this. And like, I also think it's important, like, I want my daughter treated like a normal delivery, like a normal, and
Yes.
to coming like my pediatrician, that was really important to me, like, knowing she's from double donors and like a surrogate, like that, everything was just typical. It wasn't like out of the ordinary. And I found a great pediatrician who was just like, yeah, great. And then I was like, should I worry about her getting on a plane? Like, there's COVID, there's RSV, there's freaking the flu. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was flu season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he was like, no, he's like, and like newborns have so much immunity, especially like Kaitlin was like amazing and like had all of her shots and like, like
Uh-huh.
so she had
Uh-huh.
immunity from all of that too.
Yeah.
So it was just it went better than I thought, thank God. But it was still like a trek. And then like I just wanted to be like home to start my like
Mm-hmm.
routine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been great.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, and I have like a great family. My mother takes care of the baby while I'm working. And like, it's
Mm.
just been amazing. Like, I think I knew I had the motherly instinct, but you never know, right? Like, you don't
Mm-hmm.
know until like you're in it. Like, all my friends' kids and family's kids, I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, definitely, like, the switch is like,
It was there.
and like nowadays, the baby does not go in the nursery, the baby comes with you. So, like, she
Yeah.
was like, as soon as I delivered that girl, she was with me. Like, and it was like nonstop. And like, I went from 0 to 100 baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's
Oh my
been,
gosh.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna, hopefully she's up. I want you guys to, yeah,
Oh, that would
once
be
we're done. Yeah,
amazing.
He is so cute.
she's
Oh
so
my
cute.
gosh.
Her hair is growing so much, it's like sticking up. It won't
Yeah.
go
Well,
down.
she's
I
got a
need to
lot
get
of
her
hair.
braids.
I love it. I love it. That's amazing. So with, I mean, again, just magical. That's the descriptor. I feel like
Yeah.
just magical. And with everything that you guys went through and just all of it between loss and, starting off with maybe not the right agency and, just things like that, what would be the big advice that you would give to any potential carrier or intended parent?
I have many pieces of advice, but I think
Mm.
the biggest piece of advice is that like don't give up and trust your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew I was going to be a mother and I knew it was going to happen some way somehow. I think like just the way that
Yeah.
you think it's going to be when you're like 12 years old doesn't mean that's how it's going to be when you're 45, right? So like
Right.
I think that like you have to trust your gut and don't give up on things and research, 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 research.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
That literally played in my head. I was like, that's what I'm gonna say. Research, like listen to people's stories. Don't even just like Google, don't Facebook, listen to people's stories. Because there's even stuff that, because of course, I'm gonna go on to do another journey.
Tomorrow.
But there,
Yay.
so I mean, there's even things, even though this was textbook and perfect, there's still things that I wanna look for or include. I just got lucky with
Mm-hmm.
Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you should really just listen to what other people's stories. Like you
Mhm.
Yeah.
have to decide what's right for you and don't bend. If there's something that you're like, no, this is what I want, like stand your ground. A good agency or a good match, they you can find a way to work together. And if somebody's not willing to do that or somebody's saying, that's not really how we do it, no, like run. Red
Mhm.
flag. Like
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah. What was your thing? What was your thing that you were like, this is it. This is a make or break, stand my ground
I didn't learn. I mean, it's a really hard question because first time surrogacy, you don't really learn it until
until after.
after it's
Very
Yeah.
done. Yeah, I'll have to see how my next match and everything
I
goes.
like
But
that. Yeah.
honestly, I want to be like, I want to work with RMA all the time. They were amazing. I was listening to another podcast the other day where the clinic had not told the gal to continue her progesterone shots
Oh God.
after transfer,
Oh no.
and RMA would never let that happen. Or I mean, even down to
Or
agency,
your
I had a friend.
coordinator. Yeah, your
right.
coordinator's not going to let that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I had another friend with surrogacy too, and she's like, I was like, "Is you're with an agency? You have a coordinator, yeah?" And she's like, "Yeah," because she had a failed transfer. I'm like, "Well, did
Mhm.
she advise, A, B, C, D, E, F?" And she's like, "No." And guess what? After her second transfer, she got pregnant. And
Mm.
so I just think it's hard when you first enter the surrogacy world. You just don't know what you don't know.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. So
Mhm.
And
true.
finding fellow surrogates, asking them questions like, listening to other people's stories, you have to, or else the world, like, people will eat you up. Like you said, it's not regulated. They want you. Surrogates are highly sought after. We do something that a lot of women can't do, or a lot of women don't want to do. And while those are completely fine, it's just a highly sought after thing. And unfortunately, people can get taken advantage of.
Well,
Yeah,
Jackie,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, that was your experience as an intended parent. I mean, you can so
Mhm.
easily be
Yeah,
taken
and that
advantage of.
and that's why I
Mhm.
also want to like continue to tell my story. Obviously not
Yes.
like obviously because of my daughter, like she will know everything, but because I feel like now being in this world, like I definitely feel like surrogates are definitely have more of like a tribe where they can go and talk to, right? And
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Caitlin was always like in this group, like surrogates were talking about this. I'm like, the intended parents hardly talked, right? It was like it's kind of like, and I get it because like when you're at the surrogacy stage, like you've gone through loss, you've gone through traumatic
Mhm.
things, right? So like
Sure.
not really like a more like I could see why surrogates talk more than intended parents, but like I do feel like there needs to be some kind of group for like intended parents and not just on Facebook where like not like someone like me who is just an average person on the street can do it. It's not just like I keep on saying the celebrities because or like it's not a lifetime movie either where like someone's gonna run
Yes.
around take my child. You know what I mean? Like the legalese that has to go into this thing also like
Mhm.
that's
Yes.
not gonna happen. Like
Yes.
and I think it's those two things that like keep on getting cut up and like I'd love for more people like me to tell my story of this is an option that I wish women who wanted children 40 years ago don't have children because there was no options for them. And now there's
Yeah.
options.
Mhm.
It's 2024. Like and like these kinds of stories needs to be told.
Yeah. Well, not only are there options, but there's safe, caring options
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
where you're being seen for Jackie and
Right.
not intended parent number 0321, or
Yep.
like you're Jackie, and
Yep.
Lauren saw you, Jackie, and Lauren saw you, Kaitlin,
Yeah.
and she saw Foo Fighters and she said, let's go. Like
I mean, so true.
Yeah.
It's so
yeah,
true.
no, you're so right. And I mean, yes, in the surrogacy groups, it is like a tribe. And I feel like intended parents, you're so right, Jackie. There's so many things happen for so many people to get to this point,
Yeah.
and some
Yeah.
traumatic
Mhm.
and some just
Yeah.
is. And it can be so hard for people to be vulnerable in that way,
Yes.
and the more and more that it becomes less taboo and less scary and less oh,
Yep.
something's wrong with me, or oh, whatever it may
Right.
be, like the more people will talk about it, the less kind of scary it is,
Right.
and the more
Mhm.
people are able to
Yeah.
support each other,
And
like,
I keep on
yeah.
thinking about like even like when Gemma grows up, like, do you know how much you were loved to get into this world?
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's so
Mhm.
like it's so opposite of like when you're when you're in a hetero or like a gay relationship and like you have a baby and then like one leaves and one doesn't or like it was like there's so many ways children come into this world now and like the
Yes.
way
Mhm.
that my kid came in was like through all this like wanting and loving and like that's all a kid
Mhm.
needs, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Oh my gosh. So loved
Yeah.
before she
Yeah,
even
and,
knew
like,
who
that's
she
what
was. Yeah.
surrogacy is,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like, between the surrogates and the intended parents, like, the intended parents to go through this has to
Yeah.
really want a kid.
And some people go through it for like upwards of a decade.
Yes.
I'm grateful that I found
Mhm.
Jackie because she was so easy on me. Like, I know that people who,
Yeah.
and it didn't come without struggles. It's not a quantity thing. It's definitely a quality thing. But, there are people who have struggled and struggled and struggled for years. And sometimes they're just a little more distant from their surrogates.
Yeah.
And I commend Jackie's just ability to get back up on that horse and go to it and still like want that connection
Mhm.
with me. And I know that there's space in between because people don't want to get close to their surrogates, but Jackie took a risk and I am so grateful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jackie, you said it earlier, that was a priority for you, was to have that close
Yeah.
relationship with Kaitlin.
Hmm.
And, everybody's journey is different. There's room for whatever that looks like for everybody. And I think that that's what, Lauren and Meg and just
Oh,
everybody tries to do, is find those people for each other. And,
yeah.
you guys you found one another, and it was that magic.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
meant to be through and through. Like
For real.
Gemma was meant to be here.
Oh
Yes. Like,
gosh, yes. Oh
really meant
gosh,
to be
yes.
here. Because, like, I
Yeah.
was like, I think about this too. Like, if my pregnancy was fine and like I had a kid, like, I wasn't gonna get pregnant again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and like she
Mm-hmm.
would have, yeah, like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's crazy.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's
I know.
beautiful. Okay. Well, I want to honor your time, but I do have one last fun, silly question. So, for anybody who knows me, I have a very codependent relationship on coffee. And here we are in the afternoon, and she's on cup number I don't even want to say. But what filled your cup this morning? It can be figuratively, it can be literally, silly, just whatever. What filled your cup this morning?
I am going to say, Gemma laughing.
Of course. Of
I
course.
know, and mind you, I heard a little laugh like a week or so ago, and then
Oh my
my mother
gosh.
heard laughing, and I was like, "Don't even fucking tell me that," because I was at work, and then this morning she laughed for both of us. So, filleth, uppeth, yes,
Oh my God. And it's the
yes,
best sound ever.
it
What made her
is.
laugh?
She loves being on the changing table. Like, she
Love it.
loves it. She kicks her
What?
feet. Like, she loves it. Like, I don't know what it is about this changing table, but she loves it. And like, we talk to her on there and like kiss her
Sure.
and like, oh, and she's also been like kissing. Like,
Oh.
but like sometimes she gets a little angry and she'll like eat my face. But like yeah.
Aggressive kisses.
I'm like, this is early for this, huh? Yeah.
The laughing
Love.
we knew was going to
She's got that
happen. Yeah.
love.
That's amazing. Caitlin, what filled your cup?
Well, mine's always full of water because pumping.
Oh, good job, girl. Good job. Yes.
But honestly, I was just really looking forward to this podcast, being on this podcast. I definitely am a serial listener of all
Oh,
things surrogacy. I
yay.
just can't get enough of it because I still try to process, like, is this even real life? Like, did this really happen? So I was
Yes.
just really, really happy to be here and really happy to share our story because, I hope that somebody hears it and it's just a glimmer of hope for them because I know that all journeys don't go this smoothly, this perfectly,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think that no matter what would have happened, Jackie and I would have seen it through and stuck it out no matter what.
100%.
I
100%.
love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Oh my gosh.
And
Well,
I would love, honestly, like, I know Caitlin's probably, I'm speaking for Kaitlin, but like, if anyone has questions, like, I would love to talk to anyone who has any
Mhm.
questions or like any kind of advice
Absolutely.
that they need or anything, because
yeah.
like, and I tell this to all my friends too, like, don't go through it alone. And like, there are
Yeah.
people out there that could help you. And like, I want my Excel worksheet to go somewhere.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I mean, it
I
sounds
want
like
other
treasure.
people other than me to be able to look at and be like,
Oh my gosh. Yes. No, that sounds like just a treasure trove right there of just all of the things. And oh
yes.
yeah. No, I love Excel. I can't work it, but I love
Oh,
it.
love a good Google Doc.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Do you want me to see if she's up? Let me see if she's
oh
up.
yeah, let's hear. Let's hear.
She's sleeping.
Oh, she's
Oh,
Look how
look at all that hair.
oh my
Look at her
gosh.
cheeks. Her cheeks are what kill me every single
I
time.
was just about to say she's so delicious. Oh
this
my
hair keeps
Mhm.
on getting longer and longer and longer.
I think she's gonna have curly hair because the way
We
it
used
sticks up
to
off her head.
all of mine we would do sprouts. That's what we called it. The little
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my
Who's
goodness.
this, Mama?
Hi, baby.
sweet Jane.
Oh,
Hi, Jemmy.
Jem Jem.
Sweet
She's like,
angel
no, nap time,
love.
Mom.
No, it's nap time. Oh, you snug up there. You
I
snug up
know.
there.
She is
Oh,
the biggest snuggle
baby.
butt.
Oh, I
What are
love
you doing, girl?
it.
What are you doing?
She's so
Want to make
big.
this for somebody. Like, look at this. Like,
Look at that.
Oh
look
my
at
God.
it.
Look
And
at
I'm glad it's
that.
there. I'm glad it's there and I get to watch it.
And you get to watch. Yes. I'm like, oh, I love that for you.
Yes, I couldn't want anything else.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at her. Oh,
He's the best baby.
oh, and look at that mama glow. She's got
Oh,
it.
she
Look
glows.
at that.
Here she is.
Hi, baby.
Look at that hair, baby.
You don't know me from Adam, but yeah, there's your sweet Kaitlin. Yes.
Hi,
Oh my
baby.
goodness.
Look at this. Are you smiling?
Yeah, I saw that smile. Look at those cheeks.
You guys, I cannot thank you enough. I really can't. I'm so excited just for you and your story and to be able to share this with so many people. And I'm just so excited for you guys in general. I mean, magic. That's what it was. It was magic. That's what it is. It's magic. And I'm
It really
just so happy for you guys.